Hi, and welcome to the NLP UK Training podcast. I'm Fraser.
And I'm Steve Kay.
And today we're going to ask the question of you guys. Is your career feeding your soul, or is it just filling up your schedule? So this is something that I often talk about with my coaches, who are very busy people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about the next promotion. It's all about the next goal.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about, I've got to do this. I've got to do this. There's a constant to-do list. But actually, quite often in coaching, by the time they get to me, they're feeling quite unfulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
And that's their opportunity to just kind of take a breath and ask themselves that exact question. Why am I doing what I'm doing?
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about this between us quite a lot, don't we?
Yeah.
Because we're very, very aligned in what we do.
Yeah.
And love doing what we do.
Yeah.
But I think even we can get caught up in the daily grind sometimes.
Yeah, less so these days.
Yeah.
Because we're stopping doing a lot of things that we don't want to do anymore.
But if you're asking yourself how much more you can fit into your day, is that really what you want from your career? Is it really what's going to give you joy in your life? Because I can remember back in my corporate days, it was always about that next promotion. The minute I got a promotion, what's the next stage? What's the next step up on the ladder? What do I need to do to get there?
Yeah.
And I never really stopped to ask myself why I wanted that next step.
I mean, to me, it's about having career values fulfilled.
Yeah.
Like JP said on a previous podcast, he identified a purpose for himself. And if he was coaching other people, he would ask them what they really fed their soul about what they do in their current role and what didn't. And I think it's not about being busy or busyness. And it's not about feeling pressure to be seen by other people. It's about getting on and doing the stuff that adds value and getting rid of stuff or minimizing stuff that doesn't add value.
So I can remember, but again, this is going back a long time, back to my corporate days, being asked what my purpose was. And I came out.
Really? They asked questions like that when you were?
Yeah, I can remember doing a leadership course and being asked that kind of question.
Right.
And I came out with, quite frankly, a load of bullshit when I got asked that question, because I didn't know. I didn't have a clue.
Yeah.
What, why are you doing what you're doing? And I just gave the corporate buzzword speak, which I think a lot of people do because that's the expectation. But you've got to kind of look at things a little bit deeper to understand what's right for you. So we've got some questions for you. So this is kind of a little bit of homework for our listeners, and maybe something to take away and really think about and reflect on. So we've got 4 questions for you. So the first question is, what would your ideal workday feel like? So not just what's in your calendar and what are you doing on that day, but how does it actually feel?
Can I answer that from my point of view? Fulfilled.
What's the emotion that you feel when you feel fulfilled, Steve?
Fulfilled and a sense of achievement, and I feel positive, like I've served something.
Yeah.
Or I've done something for other people.
And that's very much part of our values, isn't it? Being of service to other people ties in with those values. So this question can also help you identify those values that might be driving your behavior. So second question. So if your job disappeared tomorrow, what would you miss? And what wouldn't you miss? So for me, if I were to answer that question, I would miss people. I would miss our delegates. I would miss my coaching clients. I would miss the connection that I have with people. And I would miss that opportunity to help them to help themselves. What wouldn't I miss? Actually, not a lot. That's because I'm very fortunate, because Steve and I both work really hard to make sure that we do the things that we really love to do. There's always that little bit of paperwork that, we'd rather not have. But they're just part of the part and parcel of the job role. But actually, again, there's lots of things that I haven't missed from my previous career. I don't miss the long hours. I don't miss the weekend working. I don't miss being out till midnight every night. So there's lots of things that from that transition I haven't missed.
You were a dance teacher.
I was a dance teacher, yeah. And I did a lot of weekend and evening work.
Yeah.
So, third question. When was the last time that you felt truly alive at work? And what was different then? So, Steve, I'm going to pass that one over to you.
Well, I can tell you a time when I felt truly alive at work, and that was when we did our first module, but our first cohort of the 3 principles. And it was so different from everything else we were running. It was so free flowing and led by what the delegates wanted and needed that day. It wasn't something that we'd necessarily scheduled in, though we did have stuff to schedule in. So I loved it because it was so new and exciting and different. Even though I love day one of the NLP practitioner, I love meeting delegates and hearing their backgrounds and what they want, and seeing them get on with each other and having the introductions and seeing little cocker spaniel appear on someone's lap and some kids running in. I love that. So even though I've done the NLP practitioner, I don't know, 9 times a year for the last 16, 17 years, everyone is still as fresh as the one before.
So, last question for you. What are you tolerating in your career that you've convinced yourself is normal? And again, right now, I think for both of us, we both don't tolerate anything that we're not happy with. We're in a great position. But again, thinking back, for me, there were lots of things that I was tolerating. Always being available. So back when I ran my dance business, I can actually remember getting a phone call and answering it on Christmas Day to book a beginner's workshop. I actually took the call. And again, I convinced myself that was just part of running my own business. I had to be available 24/7. Now I have very, very firm boundaries around my time. So what is it that you're tolerating in your career that you've convinced yourself is normal, but probably isn't? So guys, if you can answer those 4 questions, that might give you a great starting point into starting to make some decisions around your career that will make sure that you're fulfilled every single day, just like Steve and I are doing what we do as NLP and 3 principles trainers and coaches. So guys, that is the end of today's podcast. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we shall see you next time.